Hey, so this is Joey, and this is Captain Spaz. Say hi, Captain Spaz.
Hey, everybody.
We just watched Vincent Ambrosio, Hansen versus Predator footage. That got put up on the website a day early, or I guess a few hours early, because we watched it around 11:30, and it's coming out officially in the morning, but it's already up there on the website. So we paid the $84, or what is it in
I
Canada?
think it's like in Canada it's 116.
Okay, well that 116 Canadian dollars is like nothing. But
Yeah.
84 American dollars is a lot. But that's what, $6.99 a month for 12 months. But you got to pay up front. We've been waiting for this Vincent Ambrosio footage for. He got arrested in October of 2015. And they showed that Hansen versus Predator. All the other people they showed in the fall of 2016 and the spring of 2017, right?
Yeah.
All right. So we waited like 2 years since the last guy aired, which I think was Gentile, right? So we waited 2 years, but it was worth it, I think.
And we didn't just wait. We nagged Chris on every social media platform there is and made how many YouTube videos begging Chris to release the footage.
Exactly, yes. He talked to Reagan Gordon numerous times on Facebook Live. But it was good, wasn't it?
Oh my God.
It's a little bit different, and we won't do any spoilers here because not a whole lot of people have seen it yet. Not a whole lot. But it's 18 minutes long,
Yeah.
and Chris starts off talking. He gives a little prologue for maybe like 30 seconds tops. And then it's just straight footage, like almost unedited footage.
It's so good because you don't have the stupid Crime Watch Daily audio like dun dun dun.
Yeah, there's no filters, there's no camera sound effects, there's no music in the background. There's none of that bullshit. No, black and white scenes or other kind of filters. So it's just like a straight uncut video, like one of the Riverside TCAT videos or Ohio TCAT videos, except there's
This is
numerous camera
HD.
angles,
And
and it's
this is
HD,
HD.
and it's good HD. They mix the video looks great. They mix the sound great, and there's no special effects and there's no voiceovers. I think Chris interrupts like once or twice for like 10 seconds, but they cut the footage. He says a couple things, and then it goes right back to the footage. So it's about 15 minutes, and then it's about 3 minutes of the police interrogation. The police interrogation, though, is not in HD. That horrible quality footage from the police station. It starts out with him. Vincent walks in, or I guess he kind of waddles, doesn't he?
Yeah, he waddles in.
Yeah. He doesn't have a strong gait, does he?
No.
And he's wearing the duster, and he's wearing the big hat, and he comes over to the counter, and he's talking to Nervous Nellie, and Nervous Nellie is great, and she talks to him.
Is the best.
Then he goes in for the hug, and I had assumed like she ran away screaming like she did with John Dupuy. Like I thought she would run screaming when he came for the hug, but she didn't. She just said, "No, we have all night." So he went and sat behind the counter, so they had a counter between them.
He got comfortable really quick.
Yeah, and he sits up on the stool. He mentions the cupcakes. There's 4 cupcakes right in front of him, but he refuses the cupcakes and asks for some water. And they talk about what they're going to do, and then they're going to do some of the Netflix and chill. And then she goes, "I'll be right back. I got to go get something." And then Chris comes out with his great line, "What's going on, Tex?" Yeah, "Hey, Tex." And Vincent kind of smiles and says, "I knew this was going to happen. I knew somebody would be here."
I knew what this was.
And then it goes into the Vincent and Chris, the meat of the whole thing. They're back and forth. And Vincent immediately turns on the, like you saw in the police interrogation, where he can just cry at will with a sniffling.
But he stops right away.
Pardon?
He can stop crying in a second, though.
Yes, like he doesn't tear, like there's no tears coming down, but he's sniffling and he's like fake crying and shit.
And holding his face.
And then when it turns to a different subject, the crying immediately stops.
Right.
So it's kind of like Lauren, where Lauren can turn it on and off the fake crying when he thinks he needs it, and Ambrosio does the fucking exact same thing.
Well, probably works on his mother.
Yeah, I mean, you can tell. Like, he plays Chris. He totally plays Chris. And, when I first saw the interrogation, I felt bad too. And you can ask Amber or Tix, and I told you too, like, I felt bad. The way, he was crying, everybody's like, oh, he's fucking faking it. And you can really see it here, because you can really see his face, that he can turn it on and off whenever he wants. But yet Chris is very sympathetic towards him. It really pissed me off. He really sounded like Lauren. And another thing that's great is that this isn't edited. So he's like, I'm a fuck up, and I fucking do this and I fucking do that. And, they don't censor out the bad words.
Yeah, it's so good.
Which is great.
And what's good is we get a small clip of him in the car, on the cop car, going to the station.
We get a pretty good clip of him in
Yeah.
the car. But before we even get to the car, like, it's almost like the Michael Siebert, the first one from Riverside, where Chris realizes that the guy is not all there and kind of lets him go. Or how he lets Wallach go when he brings his kid to the sting, and he lets him go. Like, Chris doesn't introduce himself at the end.
No,
He
you
never
don't get
says,
the, hey, I'm Chris Hansen.
Exactly. He doesn't do that. But the cameramen come out anyway, which is pretty good.
Oh, and
Vince
the
is like,
look on his face once he
yeah.
sees cameras. Oh my god.
Oh, that was good. That was good. And Chris, don't feel bad for this guy. I mean, he's working the system. He really is. And he said, like, oh, I'm depressed, and I'm not motivated to go to school, and I'm not motivated to go to work. Yet he was motivated to get in his car and drive an hour and a half to go visit a 7th grader.
Exactly.
He's motivated when he wants to be motivated.
Yeah, he's motivated enough to get online, take pics of his dick, and send them to a 7th grader.
Exactly. Yeah. So fuck that. But then they get him in the car, and the cops are being super nice to him too.
Yeah.
And when he's in the garage, you can see the boy decoy. The me, my mommy, and my daddy decoy is like leaning in the doorway, soaking the whole thing in.
Yeah.
He's loving it. You get a front row seat to it. But yeah, I mean, Vincent really plays it like, what do you remind me of besides Lauren? He reminded me of Jeffrey Couture from Petaluma, the guy that just admits to everything.
Yes.
Like, he immediately turns it on, like, the suicide and the depression and stuff to get sympathy. And he really gets it,
Yeah, he played Chris.
Gives it to him.
Chris turns into total dad mode.
Yeah, but there's wailing and crying, and there's there's some really good lines too. And I think Chris calling Tex is just amazing.
You're muffled.
Sorry, I lost my mic. I think Chris calling him Tex is really amazing.
Oh, it's so good. Chris comes out, guns blazing, and then just the crying starts, and it just flicks.
Yeah, and there's different camera angles than we saw on Hansen versus Predator. There's at least 2 different camera angles, like in the kitchen, that we never saw on Crime Watch Daily. Did you notice that?
I didn't notice that.
Yeah, there was like the inside that was shooting at the decoy on the left and Vincent on the right, like from inside the kitchen.
Oh, right, yeah.
Right, yep. And there was another one too. That might have been at the end when it was the the big cameras, when the big cameras came out.
Oh, when the big cameras came out, and they sort of do it like a low cut so you can see up his gut, and he just looks down camera like, yeah, I'm a fat fucker. Oh, it's so good.
No, yeah, it's really good. And we knew it was going to be good because his chat log was amazing, and his police interrogation, even though the audio and the video suck on the police interrogation, what he says is just amazing.
Oh, every bit of it. He just dropped so many bombs.
Yeah, and so he reminded me of Lauren, and he reminded me of Jeff Couture, and he also reminded me a little bit of Alan Cherney, just with the way he carried himself, like with the jeans pulled up really high, and like the leaning and the bad posture.
He reminded me of Walter Babst.
What, just that he like fell on his sword immediately?
Exactly, and just did the whole, why don't you just execute me?
Yeah. So Vinny, of course, was good. We knew he was going to be good. The camera work was great. The editing was great. Nervous Nelly, the decoy, was really good. She was really good. She was good in
Easily the
everybody.
best decoy. Yeah.
Yeah, she's my favorite decoy. She was good. Chris, was good. He started out good. But then I think he got a little too sympathetic. But
He got soft.
looking at it, the way we looked at it, you can see, though. But you can see that he was playing for sympathy.
Yeah. I just want every other predator caught on that stream to be released like this.
Yes. Yeah, without any of the bullshit. Because it was just like a raw, it was just like raw footage.
Yeah, from the
Unedited
moment
footage.
he comes in the door to...
With numerous camera angles, yeah.
Yeah. To when the cops take him, that would be so perfect.
Excellent. So you give it 2 thumbs up?
Oh, totally.
Yeah. Yeah, it was, a long wait, and it's a lot of money. But, it's worth it.
If
you're
we
thinking
can get more like this, totally worth it.
Yeah. So Chris and Vincent, if you guys are listening to this,
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, well, thank you, sure. But you should get any other footage you have and edit it this way, where it's just the HD and the good camera angles without the talking over it, because you can see what's going on. And Chris came in, I think, twice, and he had the little opening in the beginning and, cleared up some stuff. But there was no talking over it and no goofy fucking sound effects and, no editing out of the language, too.
Perfect.
So it was great. All right, well, Captain Spaz, thank you so much. Guys, we recommend it. Go watch the Ambrosio footage.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.